Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And you're the host, Justin.
And we went easy today. I have a Dr. Pepper Dark Berry, and you got a piece of tea.
I got a piece of tea that's almost gone.
Yeah, my Dark Berry's already like more than halfway.
Yeah, I might go down and grab my other one.
We had a lot to put together.
We did.
We had a lot to choose from is more the thing.
There was 137 announcements. I counted. Thank you, IGN, for having a corroborated list, so that way I can count it very easily. 137 total games. 93 I had picked out for this, and I said, I need to limit it down.
Yeah.
There was a whole chunk I showed you, and I said, all this, there's a few things I could talk about, but I'm not.
Well, and luckily, some of the companies were smart about this. So, for instance, Microsoft put together an actual image with everything that allows us to just comment on these things, and we'll be able to go through and be like, boom, 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 and get into details on the ones we want to get into details without going hard in talking about the ones that we don't really want to talk about. But they can still get mentioned.
Yeah.
As where a lot of other stuff is not going to get mentioned just because it's
2-minute-long trailers and not a lot of gameplay, a lot of cinematics.
Yeah. For instance, the first thing we're going to talk about, I wasn't even entirely sure talking about it until you told me that there was more information, because in that announcement that I saw, there wasn't shit.
There was, well, it's all rumor mill. Boop. Okay. Kojima announced that he's working with Xbox Game Studios and the Xbox Cloud to help produce a game. And people have kind of took his words to heart, and whether or not it's translation or otherwise, it is a passion project he wants to do, which signifies horror or something psychological. He has always been one to kind of dive into the mind of the players. He enjoys doing that. He enjoys, the Psycho Mantis, oh, you like to play Castlevania, that sort of thing. But putting it in a more broad spectrum, something that could be genuinely scary. Mm-hmm. The engine that Kojima has at his disposal and the power that Xbox is going to be able to provide, I feel like this is going to be a good one. I'm hoping, we don't know anything about it yet. I'm just hoping to God that it is not Death Stranding 2.
So, first of all, remind me to tell you about a meme off air, because I don't want people to get salty about this joke.
I will label it in our text chat right now.
Okay. So my whole thing is if it is Death Stranding 2, which I don't think it will be, because I bet you anything, there's no way PlayStation worked with him and Sony worked with him on that without making sure they owned it.
Of course.
So there's no way in hell I think it'll be Death Stranding 2. But if it were to, I just would hope that he would put more into the game than making it Delivery Boy 5000. Outside of that, he's got the Metal Gear games. And there's one of those that's a bad game, and that's not his fault? I'm not going to count the Panchico Machine as a game.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, talking about the ones he actually worked on.
Right. And you're right. Then yes. Because, 1, amazing. Mm-hmm. 2, a little lackluster, but very fun.
Which one starts on the ship?
2.
That's the one I played the most.
Yeah, it's fun, but...
This is the first one I had.
Yeah, fair enough. And, would you say it was bad? It was probably long.
It was long.
Because I can sum it up in one pose.
Yeah, pretty much.
Raiden gets fucking stripped naked in one of the scenes and has to run around naked. What? You're crazy.
Yeah, that one was enjoyable. The boss battle on the ship was kind of infuriating, because the concept of I'm just going to repeatedly shoot someone 600,000 times with a trank gun.
The Metal Gear... what was it? Not Ray. Oh, Rex. I believe it was Rex at the end of that one. Yeah, that one was a battle too. Holy shit. But 3, amazing game. 4, it's a movie. It's a fucking movie. 5, pretty good. I liked 5. Revengeance, great. And of course, Survive. Why'd they even put his name on it?
I do like that you can just send people to space.
I do like that. I do
Just
like that.
Connect the balloon. Bye.
Yeah.
Connect the balloon.
Open up
Bye.
a wormhole. But Kojima is an amazing writer. He made a lot of very good games. Helped produce a lot.
What else did he do outside of?
Police Knots.
I don't know what that is.
I think it's Police Knots. Police Knots. Yeah, Police Knots. So, a very early detective-style game. He got a lot. It seems that he got a lot of influence from Lethal Weapon, because when you look at the main character,
Yeah, that's Riggs.
yeah, and he got it as like a hard-boiled cop on the edge,
Okay.
you know, and
So 80s cop movie.
yeah, a little bit,
video
and
game.
then the love interest is Meryl Silverberg.
I don't think we should scroll on this page.
Nope, we won't. To be fair, she is supposed to be
I get that. I'm just saying
She's
for
the
our
top.
sake.
right, for our sake. And when you see her, you're like, okay. And for those who did not play this game and Metal Gear Solid 1, and even Metal Gear Solid 4, you see Meryl in all those games.
Interesting.
Apparently, she does a quick trip up, and then as far as the canon is concerned, because people are actually wanting her to be canon, she comes back down to... I don't know. Metal Gear is a strange one to wrap your mind around.
Okay.
But
So Metal Gear, Police Knots,
I think PT, yeah, he helped out with. There's one that's right on the back of the ear. Fuck it, I'm just looking it up. Kojima produced games. And it's gonna bring me there, so we're just gonna back it up over here. Zone of the Enders! Oh, fuck yeah!
Okay.
Snatcher, that was the other one I was thinking of. That was the one on the back of the ear.
Death Stranding. So I guess Death Stranding is really the weak point out of all of those, or the games where he didn't really get to do his thing.
Right.
So I think I still have faith in him.
Oh, I've always had faith. Like, I think Death Stranding is probably a good game if you're patient, which neither one of us are.
I'm not saying I'm patient. That's definitely not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is it was made to believe that it's this bigger, more crazy thing than what it is.
Oh god, that one fucking trailer with Mads Mikkelsen with the fucking tears of black with the frickin' hair swept back.
And then you got the baby and all that, and then you just find out that you're just delivering things.
With the
You're
baby.
Literally just delivering
With
things.
the baby.
And peeing to grow mushrooms.
To be fair, I like that feature. You're right. You are right.
I'm not saying it's a bad feature. I'm saying
It's not what you want.
it didn't. The
not
game
what I
didn't
want.
really do anything. You know?
Speaking of not what I want, you hear about Jeff Hardy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We had a
Yeah,
discussion.
we had a conversation about that.
Yeah.
He's officially been released.
Yes, he has.
Temporarily.
Yeah, suspended.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So when he comes out and makes this announcement that he's going to be working with Xbox, and because cloud gaming is a big thing, my whole thing was like, I can't think of anything that would like require cloud gaming. So what kind of crazy project is this going to be?
I've got dollars to donuts that it is going to be. You download the full about 98% of the game, and the
Okay.
2% is something that is in motion, because cloud gaming is something that you always need to be connected to the internet. And I'm not saying like that. I'm not saying that's a bad feature, because right now in today's age we live off the internet.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking you're in the game, but something in the cloud streaming service is going to keep the game evolving, if that makes sense. Because I asked this question to another friend, and we had a short discussion, and we said, he said distinctly that he's going to be working with the cloud. What possible game would want to be cloud only?
Okay, but the thing is that with the way the cloud gaming works, the game is not always open on your phone or anything. You literally have to be in the game.
That's right. And that's why I'm thinking that it's going to be 98% of whatever's on your console, and the 2% is just something that the cloud's going to feed to it while you're on the server, similar to like Elden Ring or Destiny, where you're online for those portions. You see that 2% would be the other players, if you catch my drift.
I don't. I can't wrap my head around how cloud gaming has to do with anything here. Because cloud gaming just allows you to play the game
Online. Through online.
It's not even online. It's not online play. It's allowing you to play it on devices that are not your console through the internet.
Yes.
That's all cloud gaming does. Cloud gaming isn't locationary gaming. It's not like Pokemon Go where you're going to Pokestops and stuff like that. It's not VR things through your phone. It's not that. It's literally just being able to access your games while away from the console.
Okay.
Or playing the games without installing them.
Kojima's a weird one.
So it wasn't enough information, and it felt like a really weird announcement. Like, this could have been a tweet.
Yeah, and speaking of tweets, he tweeted out that we have a person. Well, I don't know if he's going to help direct it, but we have information of Michael Bay.
It's going to blow up your console.
He's going to blow up your console and blow up the 3 city streets next to you.
And your phone, because it's cloud gaming.
Y'all have phones, don't you?
I'm not mad at Kojima in any way here or anything. I just don't understand this announcement.
Yeah.
And so this felt like a weird spot in the
moving around a few things. There we go.
This felt like a weird spot in the showcase.
It was. I mean, it was toward the end, which it was an interesting breath of fresh air. And then I think shortly after that one was one of the big ones, which we'll talk about in a second. And speaking of the big one, holy cow.
So I want to talk about what was missing on this list. Okay. Before we talk about what was on this list.
Okay, what was missing?
Where the fuck was Indiana Jones? Nothing was said about Indiana Jones.
Nothing was. Yeah, you're right.
We got that teaser, last year? 2 years ago?
Last year, E3.
And we haven't heard anything since.
You're right.
We did not get a Skyrim update. We knew it was delayed, or not Skyrim. I keep doing it. Elder Scrolls update.
Elder Scrolls.
But we knew it was delayed, but hell, something.
Yeah, probably a couple screenshots, a couple concept arts, we would have been fine. But then again, they're working pretty hard on Starfield.
So. Yeah, and I get that, but considering Starfield releases this year, it should be finished. Sorry, it's not finished. It should be almost finished to where they could at least have someone drawing up some fucking art.
I'm pretty sure there is.
Yeah. And then there was no word on Wolfenstein.
No, there wasn't. That one kind of bummed me out. But
so those are the three things that were missing from this that I was noticeably the big one being Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
I need an update on that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And then there was companies that didn't show
Ubisoft did nothing.
Ubisoft didn't really do anything. Square didn't really do anything.
Square didn't do anything. They did a little bit for Final Fantasy 16.
And then
So did you see the Final Fantasy 16 trailer? I think we talked about it last week.
We talked about it last week. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it just looked like kaiju battle, and it was interesting to look at, but it gave us nothing. What were you saying though?
I can never remember how to say the name of the company, but the one that did the Hitman games, IOI.
Eidos?
It's just IOI on their logo, so I don't know.
Oh.
But didn't hear anything from them. They're supposed to be doing a James Bond game. We still don't have any information on.
That would have been.
I understand this isn't E3, but we're not getting an E3. This is what we were getting. So where the fuck were you guys?
Yeah.
But now we can lead into the breakdown of this big beast here.
So this year we got a massive list of 25 titles, most of which are coming to Game Pass.
Some of these that don't say Game Pass on them still are coming to Game Pass or have a Game Pass connection in some way.
Yes.
So let's go down the list.
Naraka Blade Point. If you ever want a good battle royale, but with more blades and abilities, very nice looking models and areas. That's your go-to then. Released yesterday, or day before yesterday, Monday. The Elder Scrolls Online, High Isle. I've played Elder Scrolls Online. The trailer for it was actually kind of really entertaining, and I would like to see them do more animation stuff.
So this is kind of one of those connected but not on Game Pass things. So Elder Scrolls Online is on Game Pass.
But not this.
High Isle you'll have to pay for.
Yeah, you'll have to pay for. I think it's $20 per expansion, and this is no different. As Dusk Falls.
They spent a lot of time talking about this one.
I actually was... when I started off watching it, and I was like, ooh, this looks real low budget because it was all stills. And as they were explaining it and how it breaks down, I was like, all right.
And then they did that whole trailer.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, you got me. I will look into this one. And it is going to be on Game Pass.
Some kind of...
Like, it's like a psychological thriller, but that could... It's what could happen.
Yeah, it's like a
Murphy's Law.
Okay, I guess, yeah.
Because everything bad's pretty much happening at the time of...
a bit of a mystery, but it's also kind of human acted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of just being drawn animations, it's almost like they had the people and then like drew over them. It's kind of a weird...
Did like a fucking Snapchat filter.
Something, yeah. It's kind of a weird animation style.
But it's very well... Like... What is... There's a thing I'm trying to like pacing... But that's not what I'm going for. It is well constructed.
Okay.
That is the best way I can put it. I'm probably going to check this one out. It seems like it's going to be a nice thing to dig through. A shit ton of multiple endings because each choice has its own branching path. And that's just going to be a time sink.
And to be clear, this is the 2022 list. Everything we're going to talk about for this section will be the 2022 list, and then we will cover the 2023 list, which they said 12 months, which tells me the 2023 list is through June.
Through June, yes.
So, next is the Hot Wheels Forza 5 thing. We've known about this for a bit, and they didn't really cover too much extra.
They showed me 3 cars, and I was like, is it the same? No, it's not the same 3 cars as the one that they released in Forza Horizon 4. Yeah.
I think the tracks is probably going to be the big thing.
I'm hoping that they're wild. Like, wild. Not like... how you see in this little screenshot. I'm hoping I get some freaking dangerous
have
scenes.
A giant ape ripping up the city around me.
Yeah, or one of those the shark attack ones.
Yeah.
I'll take anything at this point. But I do enjoy their collaborations.
This is another purchase, just to be clear.
Yes. I think when I did it for 4, I think they were only like $15. They're very inexpensive for a truckload of cars.
Yeah, it'll probably depend on how much comes with it, if there's a lot of tracks and whatnot. Yeah. Sea of Thieves Season 7. First of all, that song was a banger.
I was about to say, that song actually made me go, I'm glad I have this still installed on the good old Xbox.
Is it XS now? Damn, so I may have to install it on the old console and see how well it runs.
Okay.
Because the customization stuff I like, and I kind of want to see where they've taken the game since I stopped playing, because I had issues with the game that if they have fixed, I think the game could be a lot of fun, especially if we get a crew together and maybe stream it.
Yeah. Somerville, this is not an exclusive, but it is dropping straight to Game Pass.
Which one was this?
This one was... I believe this is the one that I saw the trailer of, a guy waking up and looking out toward his barn, and there was a light on, and he draws a gun, and it was very cell shady, and he opens up the door and nothing is there. And as he returns back, he realizes it's morning. And it's like, it was something...
Oh, this is like the one where like all the shots are like really, you're like kind of looking from a far distance.
Yeah.
It feels very much like...
Limbo or Inside?
Yeah, I was going to say Inside. It feels very much like Inside, which was actually rather enjoyable. I didn't finish Inside, but I got to say the story kept me a little bit more into it than I thought. This is built on Unity.
Yes.
So this one might be pretty interesting to experience. I can give you a quick synopsis for you.
Oh, yeah, hit me.
Is upcoming video game and the debut title for the independent studio Jump Ship. The studio's co-founder, yada, yada, yada. So worked on Limbo and Inside. So there's the connection there.
Yep.
Now tell me what the game is about. Here we go. Gameplay. Similar to Limbo and Inside, Somerville is an adventure game played on a third person's perspective. The player controls a family of 3, a father, a mother, and their young son, as well as a pet dog. In the wake of a post-apocalyptic event on Earth. What the fuck was with that? The player must guide one of the characters through the ruins of civilization, avoiding strange alien artifacts that try to kill humans, and working with human survivors to find safety for the family. Like Limbo and Inside, the game is presented without dialogue, instead using the settings, environments, and animation to tell the story. Okay, then maybe Inside wasn't the game I thought it was, because the game I was thinking definitely had dialogue.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to think on what was around that, but there was a lot.
Inside was not the one I was thinking, but I remember Inside now. I just Googled it. Oh, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. It's the kids that go to the party on the island. Oxenfree.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oxenfree was the one I was thinking.
Okay.
That's the one I started and didn't finish.
Oh, it's a good, it's a banger.
And that's kind of in this style. It's not the same.
No, it's the same but different.
Yeah.
Continuing the list, A Plague Tale Requiem. You played A Plague Tale, yes?
I did.
I got huge spoilers for it when I was going to lean into it, and then I just never got around to it. And the trailer went further with those spoilers, and I was like, you guys, okay. I mean, that's fine. I should have played it. But the game looks good. The game looks great. You are a sister and brother duo. The brother has a unique ability, and it's thief-style mechanics, but with a little bit more. Valheim. I played this when it was early access on Steam, and I had a bit of a time with Goon. Beat 2 bosses and
Got killed by some trees?
Got killed by some trees, got killed by some ogres. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's something... It is a Minecraft-like that you can have some fun with. I see no problem with it.
So the big thing is that not only is it coming to Xbox and Game Pass, but it will be crossplay even with Steam.
I can respect that.
So that's pretty fun.
Yeah, okay. Warhammer 40k Darktide. I watched a little bit of gameplay. I'm sorry, I'm so far out of Warhammer, I can't. I refuse it now.
I saw a tweet the other day that was like, "What? Does anyone actually enjoy playing Warhammer? It just looks like hard to be hard."
Yeah.
And I was like, probably.
Grounded. You played it during early, and it's about to be fully released. I believe it said on the 24th?
Yeah, I don't remember.
In short, at the end of this month, it will be fully released and have its finale.
You'll finally be able to do the full story instead of parts of it.
Yeah, and it has the arachnophobia mode, which may be more creepier to the people who are afraid of spiders. Who knows? But
it's honestly a little harder than I expected.
It looks actually kind of fun.
It's another Minecraft-esque thing.
Minecraft-esque meets Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it. Light Your Frontier. This one I promoted to Socks as this is a game for... It has my kind of aesthetic, but your kind of, like, landscape. Because she likes farming and fishing and doing all that. I fucking love mechs. So you build your own mech, and the mech can do different abilities, such as shooting potatoes into the ground to plant them later. And then, of course, you are farming.
I'm going to be honest. They had brought out the Bethesda people when they went to talk about this one, before they talked about this one. Mm-hmm. And so my mind is we're watching all Bethesda games now.
Oh.
And so I'm looking at this and went, wow, Starfield does not look as good as I thought it was going to look.
Oh, yeah.
And then I get to the end and they're like, Light Your Frontier. I was like, oh. Which then made me, once I did see Starfield, I kind of thought back to this and went, Light Your Frontier feels like it should be a game mode within Starfield, not a game of its own.
Yeah. Maybe added features later on. Who knows?
Maybe. It looks like it might be fun.
Yeah. Fallout 76, The Pit. One of Quincey's favorite Fallout 3 DLC expansions. Finally back into light. Is it going to be... Do you know the timeline as far... I know.
So it'll still be set around the same timeline as 76.
Okay.
So the events of what you did in the pit probably and 3 won't have happened.
Yeah, because this is just before that, right? Like,
no, this is way before, because you got to remember we're only like 26 years after the bombs dropped or something like that.
Oh, that's right.
So what I'm assuming is you're probably going to go there, and this is going to introduce raiders and all that shit. You're probably going to see how the pit became what it is, not actually trying to stop it. You're probably going to be there in the early days of the pit being formed. That would be my assumption.
Okay. Overwatch 2, from what I understand, this is supposed to be a free-to-play. So, I mean, technically it's Game Pass.
I mean, there's going to be stuff for them to make money off of it.
Oh, of course, but I don't know why it didn't just, like, free-to-play or something up top. I don't know if it is. I don't care if it is. I don't think I'm going to be getting into Overwatch 2. the thing for the Junker Queen. It looked cool, but not enough to get me back.
I skipped the Overwatch portions and the Forza portions and the Riot portions of the game thing.
Fair enough. High on Life. Boy, oh boy.
So this comes from the Rick and Morty creator.
So I didn't get the lead up for this, and I came back to it. I think I went either to go cook up some food.
Oh, there was no lead up. They just dropped it in the trailer.
I know.
Okay.
I know. But when I came back from cooking, and I just see the fucking thing smiling at me. The knife in the hand just smiling at me.
Gotcha.
And I was like, the fuck? Put on my headphones, and I went on a fucking trip, literally.
So the concept of this one is
on life.
Your friends have been taken because human beings get made into a drug aliens love to use. So you got to go save them with talking guns and knives that are definitely Rick and Morty voices.
Morty. But this is also going on to Game Pass, and I have no problem with it.
This looks better than his other game.
It does, and I might grab it because it looks pleasantly violent, and I'm a fan of that. Speaking of pleasantly violent, Atomic Heart, baby.
Did we see more on this? Because I don't remember this actually showing up in the showcase.
No.
But we've heard about this game for a while.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. From the last little bit, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it not showing up here to give us more. Considering I feel like they already put their hand out on the table. What are they going to do? Throw the same hand out?
Yeah, right.
I'm okay with them keeping reserved after giving us what we already had. Plus, it's going to be August, so only 2 months away. I'm not too mad. I'm not too mad at that. Gunfire Reborn, another game that Gun and I have played in the early access days, and looking at the trailer, I'm glad that they really built this game up. A first-person roguelite that you can play with friends. Mm-hmm. That's very uncommon and very fun. Each of the little furry creatures have their own special abilities. The dog can dual-wield whatever 2 weapons you have. You can upgrade whatever weapons you have by collecting more of them, gathering up money, paying for those upgrades, so on, so on, so on. You can pick up perks that, electric damage does X more damage. It's a roguelite.
It looked interesting.
It is. Probably one of the best roguelites I've ever played.
Okay.
Persona 5 Royal. Maybe now I can finally beat Persona 5.
Not only Persona 5 Royal, but let's talk about the fact that because when they dropped this trailer, I went, oh, fuck, the new Persona game looks like shit.
It's 3, 4, and 5. But what I find funny is they chose Persona 3 Portable and not Persona 3 FES. Which is the definitive. And I was looking it up on why they didn't choose FES, and Portable is FES with a few added features. And I said, oh, but Portable came before. And I went on a rabbit hole of misdirection. It was a trip. But you get Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, new Persona game. And I went, ugh. And then it showed Persona 3, and then it showed Persona 4. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's been this whole entire showcase, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's been like, oh, that looks like, oh.
So this is just the final definitive version of 5. So this still isn't a new game, but it is Persona coming to Xbox, which is good.
Yeah. Let's let it come over, and also 3 and 4 get their light upgrades. I'm okay with it. I would like to go back through 4. I loved 4. 4 was one of my favorites, and
I've never played it.
As said, maybe I'll finally beat 5.
It seems like a lot for me to undertake. There's 2 games that aren't here. There's animes. There's mangas. I feel overloaded.
So, 1 you can skip. 2, sure. Good luck finding a PlayStation that'll play it. 3
is it Japanese release only?
No. Just it's weird.
Okay.
3 would actually be a good place to start, actually. So, yeah. And you're right. The anime, it kind of covers a little bit of what already exists with a little bit of good filler that has character development. But they're all good. They're all good games.
I'm just going to look up a thing online that'll tell me, how to experience the full Persona story. And I'm going to go, cool. And then I'm not going to do it.
Fair enough. So, watching the trailer for Scorn, man, this one comes to Game Pass, and body horror is putting it very mildly, because this one is. It actually got me to feel a little uncomfortable, and not in like the Geiger way already. No. This was just uncomfortability, just because nothing looked normal.
I didn't feel uncomfortable at all, but I'm weird.
I might download it. I don't know. I like Geiger style art, but I don't know about.
Now that we got to see a little bit of the combat, I'm a little bit more interested.
It looked good. The gunplay looked good.
I will say this still very much feels like a 90s game graphics-wise.
Yeah, it does feel a little Darkseed. So. Yeah. Pentiment. That is a name for a very interesting game that came out of left field when I saw it. I don't remember this one either. It is a 2D story-driven game where you play what seems to be a person who is on their last real legs.
Oh, okay. I remember this one now.
Yeah, and it seems very story-driven, and it seems very important.
So this led me and Lauren into a Monty Python quoting-a-thon, because the art for this is very much the animated parts in Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I was just about to say that.
Did you finally watch it?
I finally watched it. I didn't like it.
What?
I liked up until maybe the end of the first half. But when even God is going, get on with it, I was feeling that way too.
You missed some of the best jokes if you didn't finish it.
I did finish it.
Okay, good.
I finished it.
So you got to the rabbit.
I got to the rabbit.
Okay.
We are the knights who say me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How thrown off were you at the beginning, though? With the black and white soap factory thing?
I really, really thoroughly enjoyed the continuing joke of a sparrow being able, or a bird being able to carry a coconut. I'm sorry, that one actually got me to chortle a little bit, but digress.
Did you watch Life of Brian?
No, but that's the next on the list. I might do it.
It's an up in the air thing. Some people like that one more. Some people,
Yeah.
But yeah, so the artwork for Pentiment made me think of like the scene with the monster trying to eat them and shit.
Yeah. But Pentiment does look like a pretty good game, and I'm glad that it's coming to Game Pass so I can give it a shot, because that one looks like it's going to be a lot of heaviness.
Looks like a lot of reading.
A lot of reading, or a lot of paying attention.
I'm just going to hire someone to read for me.
Fair enough. Halo Infinite Season 3 says it's coming to Game Pass. I've never heard of a Season Pass being available for free, but I'm not mad at that gesture. Thank you.
I mean, if you think about it, though, I don't think it's necessarily a season passing, because I think it's a lot like what we're getting with, like, we're on Season 7 of the pirate one.
Sea
of Thieves.
Yes.
So, we're on Season 7 of that. I think it's the next arcing story thing and whatnot.
Okay.
There's probably still going to be shit in there for you to buy.
Yeah, probably. Flight Simulator, the 40th Anniversary Edition. Now, I asked Quincy, how big do you think it is with all of the stuff, the 4K textures, all of that? How big?
I said 500.
You said 6.
Or I said 600.
You said 6.
Okay.
440 gigabytes. Top to bottom with all features, all updates. That's a big fucking game.
However, with this 40th anniversary, you get the Wright brothers plane, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You get helicopters, which is interesting.
Helicopters.
And you get the Halo ship, which was really cool.
The Pelican.
Yeah. So that was interesting shit.
Yeah.
I don't remember Party Animals.
Party Animals. Think Gang Beasts, but with a little bit more added features.
And, I don't know what that is either.
Just cocking back and socking someone next to you. It's a knock 'em out of the ring or knock 'em off the map style game.
Okay.
And this one includes weapons and animals. And I don't know if it's made by the same people, but it does indeed infringe on the Gang Beasts thing.
Okay.
Slime Rancher 2 did not have anything new.
But the internet blew the fuck up about it, though.
Yeah, they are going to probably fall in love with it. I don't know if it's multiplayer. I didn't do much research, mind you.
I never played Slime Rancher.
I loved it.
Okay.
I loved it a lot. It was very much... inspect the worlds and just kind of collect. It was Banjo-Kazooie, but in a more localized area, and I was having fun with it. This one looks to be bigger, better, more amazing. So Slime Rancher 2 for free, not mad. Now this one we both have our gripes with. Hello Neighbor 2.
I'm just not interested.
I'm also not interested, but when I saw that trailer, I saw that thing in the fucking mist pick up the kid, and I was like, damn, why you gotta make shit fucking look good?
Bet you anything, I can still break the game by throwing a wrench on the ground.
Probably. But the trailer looked good, but I don't think Quincy or I are gonna probably call on this one. But this next one.
The fact that this next one's on this list is weird because this was not talked about at all during the Xbox stuff.
No, but I ain't mad. Well, it wasn't talked about during it, but it had a trailer outside of it.
Yeah.
The Callisto Protocol. I am excited for this game. I haven't been excited for a game since Elden Ring. That would probably be the last one. That was February. And Callisto Protocol definitely raises up a lot of good flags. The gameplay looks like it's going to be strict. The creatures don't look normal, and in a good way. I am excited for this. All right, next year we... Oh, pardon me. We start off with Diablo 4. The trailer that was for the Necromancer popped, and that is their fifth and final one up until launch, and then they're probably going to increase as they normally do.
Which Lauren asked me. She's like, I thought this was already a thing. Was the Necromancer a thing in past Diablo games?
2 it was DLC. 3 it was just a free add-on, if I recall.
Okay, so that's probably what she was saying. Because I was like, I haven't heard about it for 4, but it was probably a thing in the past.
For 2, it was a part of the Lords of Destruction expansion. 3, I want to say it was later on in its lifetime.
I gotta say, this trailer made me get a little bit excited for Diablo 4, but just because it looks a lot better.
Yeah. And you see that gameplay of that Berserker just boom, and you just see that spikes just all up and down, and it comes right back. I was just like, maybe I might even make a second character, because I usually stick to one character in Diablo and work on that one character. In Diablo 2, I had one of the best paladins in PvP before all those hackers started showing up. You know, I was loving life, but we'll see. Another trailer for Redfall popped out. Pretty much the same thing we already saw with a little bit of, what do they call it? Cinematic gameplay, if you want to call it that. Because that's what it kind of looked like. It didn't look like gameplay to me.
There was full-blown gameplay.
I know, but it looked too good, if that makes sense. I want this game to succeed, don't get me wrong.
I felt like there were scenes in there that were definitely gameplay, and then there were scenes in there that were
a little bloated.
Trailer.
Okay.
Or cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there was definitely gameplay, because the beginning is definitely cinematic stuff.
Yes.
I feel like the whole attic scene...
Okay.
That might be a little bit of a mixture of cinematic and gameplay, but with those scenes where we see them actually fighting in the town and showing some of the different stuff, I feel like that is definitely gameplay.
Okay.
I gotta say, this trailer actually got me a little interested in the game.
I hate vampires.
You're more of a werewolf guy?
They can't eat garlic bread.
Oh, that does suck, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I do prefer, as far as night creatures, I do prefer werewolves.
Did you ever watch Being Human, the American version?
No.
Okay, so it was a BBC show, then there was an American version. This is one of the few times where I enjoyed the American show a little bit more than the BBC show. They just tried to cram too much into one episode. So, like, the first episode of the BBC show is, like, the first 3 episodes in the American.
Oh.
So it's about a vampire, a werewolf, and a ghost living together. And not really in the comedic way that sounds. So it's a vampire and a werewolf that move in together, and just turns out they move into a place that's haunted.
Fair enough.
And it's kind of about their lives and the bullshit they go through. So the vampire in that goes to the werewolf's families for dinner, like his parents' place for dinner.
Okay.
And he's eating the chicken. And it's this whole thing of vampires don't need to eat, so they don't. But he can, so that he can fit in and whatnot. But they cooked with garlic. But it's not deadly to vampires in that But what it does do is show their true form.
Oh.
So he starts to like get like the fangs really sticking out, his face starts to hollow up and stuff like that. So he has to go and make this giant like herbal bath in their bathtub and go and lay in it, and it's fucking hilarious, but stress-inducing as a fan of the show because he's a good person.
Yeah.
He's played by the guy that played Starkiller.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's also Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Well,
voice of.
He's half of Darth Maul.
Yeah. Okay.
Half of Darth Maul.
Half of Darth Maul. Sure. Yeah.
Half
of Darth. Is he the bottom half?
Actually, since he talks, he's the top half.
Oh. Just the 3/4 right there? Okay.
Probably just this, considering he's talking.
Yeah, fair enough. Next on this list, the game I'm excited for next year, Starfield. The gameplay trailer I was not expecting. Like, don't get me wrong, we are both a little frustrated that we didn't get any of the Elder Scrolls or just anything Fallout related aside from the 76.
I didn't expect anything for Fallout because I know it's after these people. That's one of the things the internet's like, oh my god, Todd Howard confirmed that after Starfield is when they'll work on an Elder Scrolls 6, and then after Elder Scrolls 6 is when they're going to work on Fallout 5. And like, we've been new. He announced it back when 76 came out, or like when 76 was announced. He talked about it because he did the teaser for Elder Scrolls 6. He was like, and what the weird thing is, he did an image for Starfield, just the logo.
Yes.
Then he did the teaser for Elder Scrolls 6.
Yep.
And then just was like, yes, after Elder Scrolls 6 is when we'll work on Fallout 5. There is going to be a Fallout 5. Because it was people freaking out, oh, Fallout's never going to be a single-player game again. He's like, no, it's still going to be. This is just like how we did Elder Scrolls Online. There's Fallout 76, which is Fallout Online. And then you're going to have the single-player game still. So this is not a new thing. So when there was no Fallout other than 76, which I was very happy with 76, I wasn't upset.
No.
Elder Scrolls, on the other hand, I was like, what the fuck? Why are we still not hearing anything on this fucking game?
I would like it.
But we did get a good amount on Starfield.
Yes, we got about 18 minutes worth.
Really that long?
14 and some change, but plus the little lead up to it was about 2-3 minutes. So we'll say 15 minutes. And most of it was pretty good gameplay. A few cinematic shots showcasing that you can build up a crew. It finally gave me the passion of what I'm wanting, which is to be a space pirate. Now, don't get me wrong, Elite Dangerous allows you to do that, but only on a small scale. Mm-hmm. No Man's Sky Outlaws had that put back in my head. That's what got me back into downloading it. But I have to start again, so I have to do all the slow stuff. So it's my ADHD not getting its dopamine fix.
You know what's annoying me about these space games, though?
Go.
So they didn't do it in fucking No Man's Sky.
Okay.
Doesn't look like they're doing it in Starfield based off the trailer. They tried to do it in Elite Dangerous. They fucking cocked it up and went, fuck you guys, we're just not going to do it. The only game that slightly did it on a small scale, so it still didn't really matter. I want to walk around on my fucking ship.
Oh, yeah.
And the one game I'm saying that like, slightly did it was Outer Worlds.
Yeah, Outer Worlds allowed you to do it on a very small scale because it locked a lot of the rooms. Yeah, you're right.
And like this one's showing how much you can customize and build your ship and add things to it and whatnot and all the cool shit you can do. I'm like, that's fucking amazing. Now let me walk around and inside and see everything. Let me put this bitch into warp drive, and while it's fucking flying, let me go to the galley and get a cup of coffee and talk to my fucking crew. Like, this is what we want from a fucking game. Granted, this is going to be a dialogue-less. There will be no voice for your character.
Yeah,
you'll have dialogue options. I'm assuming that comes from the.
You'll still be able to choose what you want to say, but it's not going to come out.
I'm assuming that comes from the stuff they went through with Fallout 4, where while they did an amazing job and those two voice actors worked their asses off, and
three voice actors.
Who's the third one?
Halfway through, I think for the female, they had to do a couple like some fill-ins for responses.
Okay.
But
they set a record for the amount of hours that they did and everything. Yeah. And it actually, this is where I think a problem came into play, is it brought up an argument and some issues in the voice acting community, which led to like new rulings being put into place about like pay based off of hours of content. And stuff
oh yeah.
A whole thing happened from the voice acting on that. So I'm assuming that's why they went silent, because the amount of dialogue, we're not going through that again.
I'm cool with it.
The customization on it looks pretty cool for the character.
The character customization, the ship customization, the crew customization, the fact that I can be a pirate, the color palettes that allow you to just change any which way. I am excited for Starfield and what it can do. That double barrel shotgun, by the way, I can tell who modeled that. The same one who did it for fucking Wolfenstein New Blood.
So
New Order.
This is id Tech, right?
This is I don't know. I don't know if Starfield's id Tech.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if it's out there.
I'm hoping it's out there. Either that or it's a brand new engine. Because they're wanting to make this thing seamless. So I'm gonna hold my reservations for a little bit longer, but 1,000 planets, Quincy. What?
It better not be true.
Creation Engine 2?
It better not be fucking true.
Now hold on.
I will kick doors in. I will go full Devolver and kick doors in.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But what if, and follow me on this, what if Creation Engine 2 is just id Tech but renamed? Are you going to be okay with that, at least? On a small scale?
It's stupid to do that.
Well, Frostbite is just another engine renamed Frostbite, so...
Still stupid.
It's still stupid.
This thing I'm reading here suggests Unreal 5.
It looked a little unreal-y.
But now, Elder Scrolls 6 will use Creation Engine 2. It says like Starfield. So I...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. But
I don't like this.
Hold your reservations.
I'm gonna hold something.
Let's put it like this: the game is free, Quincy.
To us.
To
us.
To us. But the game is free.
Because we believe in Game Pass.
That's right.
All right. So, the next thing I totally did not watch.
Forza Motorsport. This actually looked good. Like the cars looked really fucking good.
I just can't really weigh in on the style of game, so I didn't bother watching the trailer because I don't enjoy racing games.
Fair enough. I like arcade racers, which Forza Motorsport is more realistic racing, and that's not my cue. But the trailer looked good. Now this one,
I gotta say, this kind of looked interesting.
It looked interesting, but why didn't they just do this with Dungeons?
Well, so that's the thing. I think this is a branch off of Dungeons.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I've played Dungeons, and this looks like Dungeons, but a little bit nicer.
Minecraft Legends, and I mean, it looked good. I like the little trailer that came with it.
Yeah, it's essentially you rallying together the different beings of the Minecraft universe, both good and bad, to go and fight the shit that's coming through an evil portal. Yeah. And I dug it.
Yeah.
This one we laughed at.
Yeah, this one I chortled at. ARA History Untold, or ARA.
With Vin Diesel riding a dino.
No,
that's not this one?
That's not this one. That's Arc 2.
Oh, that's Arc 2. Okay. So then I didn't laugh at this one. What was this one?
I laughed at this one. This one is...
Oh, this is the like city builder type of thing. This actually looked cool to me.
It reminded me of Civ, and I was like, wow, what is going to be based in this game that isn't Civ?
But that's the thing. You're saying it reminded you of Civ, but this is a company that's been around, I think, since before Civ. Or a game that's been around since before Civ. This is their new one.
Really? Oh.
Let me double check.
I mean, it didn't...
So if anything, Civ looks like this.
Sure. I mean, Civ was on the OG Apple.
Hold on. So, Aura History Untold. So let me find Aura. I thought it looked good. And the thing is, you know, it's on console, and I'm kind of excited it's coming to Game Pass, because Civ didn't come to Game Pass. I can't play Civ for free.
Fair, you know what? That is a fair gesture. I shouldn't be so picky proddy at you, because you're right. You don't have the means to play Civ without paying for it on a PC. You know, code can run it, but you just don't want to pay the price for that when Aura is just going to be the good middle ground between the two.
Yeah, everyone wants to just talk about the new game when I try searching it. So let me do a wiki search.
While you do the wiki search, you want me to talk about the next one?
Yeah, sure.
Wolong, Fallen Dynasty, gave me some real good Nioh vibes, but in a real good way. This dragon just made of what looked to be arms and just this craziness. The facial features looked real good. Everything looked good about it, but no gameplay, not yet. It was just a full cinematic trailer. I'm hoping that it does give a little bit of Dark Souls to it, but we'll see. A phrase that I've come to say and love: "Get out of here, Stalker!" Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl is going to be released next year, and I'm very excited. I've been excited for this thing since it was announced, 2.5 years ago?
It's been a long time.
It has been a long
We've had
time.
trailers for a long-ass time.
Yes. But I'm glad that hopefully everything seems to be going in a pretty good direction to be released on time. And Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl is going to be right there. One more?
Yeah, go ahead and keep going. I'm having trouble finding this.
Fair enough. Flintlock. I like it. I like its design. I like how it looks. Blade in one hand, gun in another. Seems to have different weaponry choices. You go with a fuzzy friend that seems to be your quick maneuver on the overworld rather than in combat. It looks like good gameplay, but I don't know. There was bits and pieces that looked a little clunky, not in a bad way, but in a way I may be a little kerfuddled with, but I'll definitely give it a shot. Flintlock does look like a little bit of fun, yes.
I was a little iffy on the way the characters looked a bit personally, within the world and how the combat interactions looked. There was a few good scenes in there, but there's also scenes where it's like, oh, she's pointing the gun, we get the fucking smoke from her shooting, and you see the enemy react, but it didn't really feel like you're actually connecting.
No weight. Yeah.
So I kind of hope maybe that gets polished up a little bit. I'm giving up this RO search because nobody wants to fucking give me information, but I'm pretty sure that if it's not the name Aura, at least the people that are working on it worked on shit before.
In this style.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is definitely not just a copy and paste of Civ.
Yes.
This is coming from something that's been
I mean,
in the works
there's
for
a lot.
years.
There is a lot of other games that are
There
similar
is.
to Civ.
Yeah.
Aiden Chronicle. We got the first one earlier this year, and now its sequel, 100 Heroes, is going to be following up. I've read a few reviews from some good friends of mine, and they said it's okay. It was fine. It's a JRPG that you can switch a lot of characters in, and 100 Heroes probably is going to add 100 more.
Probably.
Now this next thing is a 5-parter.
So can we kind of just clump this a little bit and just kind of bare bones it? Because the reality is, if you don't know what League of Legends is, I don't want to explain it to you.
That's fair enough.
You know?
So with League of Legends and League of Legends Wild Rift, with Game Pass, I'm sure you can sign into your Riot account and get all the champions for free.
Okay.
There you go. Valorant, you get all the agents. Teamfight Tactics, you get a few little legends. And
I do like the penguin.
I do, yeah, the penguin's nice. I saw that you get maybe a little tiny Echo. I like Echo. And with Legends of Runeterra, you get, I believe, a couple chests and 5 epic wildcard picks. So you get a lot of, about maybe $1,000 worth of content right there.
This is essentially Riot bringing its stuff to Game Pass and going, here's free shit.
Here's all the free, non-cosmetic shit.
Let's get you into the game.
Yeah. And, I mean, the League Champs are well worth it on their own, but you get the one for the mobile game. You get Valorant ones, which you have to play a lot of games just to unlock one of those agents. And Teamfight Tactics, if you like auto chess, Sox loves it. I'm neutral to it. I get frustrated when I don't get the right cards. And Legends of Runeterra is a very quickly increasing card game.
That's my secret. I'm always frustrated.
Yeah, me too. Now here's the one.
This is the one I laughed at.
Yes, this is the one we made fun of.
Sorry. I love Vin Diesel. I really do enjoy Vin Diesel. I'm a Riddick fan. I'm a Fast and the Furious fan. I'm a Pacifier fan. He's a fun dude.
Yep.
D&D nerd.
Yep. Oh,
this looked goofy.
It did look a little wonky. So on Steam right now, you can grab Arc 1 with I think it's all the DLC except.
Also on Game Pass.
It is also on Game Pass. You can grab all the DLC except for, I think, Extinction. I think Extinction's still $10. But you get all of that for free on Steam. Go have fun. It's a massive ass game, almost borderline. I think it's like 220 gigs for all of that. It's pretty big, but it's well worth it. They are big maps. They are a lot of fun, a lot of building, a lot of creativity to be put there. Arc 2 seems to be condensed because I took a look at that trailer and I was like, these look like good textures. They don't look like the rushed ones from earlier. This actually looks like it is going to be something I might get back into. I don't know yet.
Still got to see some more. It does look a little bit more story-driven.
And it also looks polished compared to Arc.
And it's also supposed to get an anime thing going with it, right?
That is correct. And Netflix?
I think it's Netflix.
I think so.
Everything's Netflix.
Fucking.
And then they'll cancel it and they'll fire all their staff.
Yeah, we.
I'm sorry.
There was a bunch of things we were going to talk about Netflix, and then
But they didn't look good, or they were just shows, and this
Yeah.
was supposed to be a gaming one.
And there's one thing toward the end that we're going to laugh at. Resident Evil 4. So we got a lot of different things with Capcom more so, but I'll talk about it right now. Resident Evil 4 got another little tiny trailer, not during the Xbox Bethesda, but during the Capcom. That's fine. Resident Evil 2, 3, and Village all got XS support.
Yep.
Cool. If you already
DLCs.
Yeah, Village is getting DLCs. The Shadows of Rose, 16 years after insert person here dies, she basically becomes a main protagonist, but in a more arcade game mode similar to Mercenaries. We also get Chris Redfield, Heisenberg, and Lady Dimitrescu as Mercenaries characters, and I love Mercenaries.
And you very much are 9 feet tall as Lady in it.
You are fucking big. They look like they're going to be some fun. I might re-download Village because I beat it 7 times already. And
I got pissed off trying to do the 3-hour mode because I kept missing it just by a little bit, and I just was so frustrated that I kind of went, "Fuck it," and I uninstalled the game. I was like, I don't need that achievement.
That's a first. Like, okay.
I was frustrated.
I get you.
And it is a first, you're right, because I actually went through and relaunched Guardians, a random chapter on Guardians the other day, just so I could get an achievement, because I realized I never changed costumes throughout my entire play.
You stayed at
I
OG?
stayed in the regular costumes, or what the story would put you in.
I think I quickly accidentally put myself in the, oh god, what is the name of the faction you get caught by at the beginning? Yeah, the Nova Corps. And then I changed back, I was like, oh shit,
There's a
need to do
really
that.
cool, like, metal Star-Lord one. That if unlock it, it's pretty cool.
Okay. But Resident Evil 4 trailer looks fucking boss. I have no problem with it.
No, I'm pretty happy with it.
I just hope that it isn't going to be full price. That's the only thing. Yeah.
Even if it is, though, this is a game they rebuilt from the ground up, not just an HD re-render.
Yeah.
So I understand that a little bit more.
And another thing, adding in with Village, you also get third person Ethan, which means you now get behind his shoulder, and they even did a little bit more animations with that, so that way it's not like weird and wonky. Because if you try to do some of the animations where it's in first person, it's kind of like my hand's clipping in with your hand. It would look weird.
Yeah.
They actually had to redo the animations for it, which
The fact that they put that work in is nice.
yes, Capcom does not half-ass anymore.
So
and
here's
I'm happy.
a quick edit. Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden actually won't drop until next year, but it is part of the Game Pass and Persona 5 thing.
Yes, Persona 5 will be this year. Persona 3 and 4 next year. Yes. Replaced. This one we talked about a long time ago. Bless you. Not much to add there. Bless you. I'm very excited for it. It's just nothing new. Kind of bummed.
Thank you. I want to make sure there wasn't going to be another one.
Fair enough. Erebon, Shadow Legacy. Take a Thief game, add in Shadow Magic.
I actually did kind of like the shadow movements and the dodging of the light and this. That
And
looked
the
kind of
puzzles?
cool.
Yeah.
And the puzzles. And I kind of went, this might get a download.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's on Game Pass. Ravenlock. This one actually kind of nabbed my attention because it gives me Alice in Wonderland meets Zelda vibes.
Okay, I can see that.
And I got kind of interested, and it's a humanoid, not grainy or voxel styled, in a voxel world. And the shadows, the actual texture marks, I was like, okay, I can dig it. when a little bit more gameplay trailer comes out, I'm sure I'm gonna grab it anyways. But I would like to see more. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. Dead Space.
Not anything new here though.
Yeah, I don't know why they threw it on the list, but I ain't mad because Dead Space is a good game, and once again, being built from the ground up, got no problem.
This one looked cool.
I love this one.
This one looked really cool.
Yeah, the very last scene of Benedict getting ripped away from his father.
I think it's his father, yeah.
And you just see strands of this shadow just being ripped off of himself, and it was beautiful animations, mostly purples, dark grays, and the only light you have is just what is your silhouette. It was great.
It's like a murder
mystery with a little bit of like action platform.
Yeah, and I'm assuming some internal battles too.
Yeah, it's got a lot of genres in there, and I'm interested. I'm very interested. This one I'm not interested in.
I don't remember this one. I remember making fun of the name because they said Cocoon, and I went Cocoon or something like that. And Lauren goes, "Is that the movie with all those old people?" She was going off on Rick Tracks type stuff.
So Reddit blew up hard on this one when, it is a very interesting looking game. I have no problem with it. It does look like a nice little puzzler, but the very first scene of this like ball pop.
Oh, this is the ball thing. Okay, I remember now.
And then it plants itself, and then everyone took a screenshot of that cocoon opening up and going, "They're being bored," because it looked just, I don't need to paint that picture.
It looked very Geiger.
It looked.
I was talking about the sexual side.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Without the phallic imagery. But the gameplay looked fun. But
I do have to say, I remember this trailer and going, I'm a little bored with this trailer.
Like it does look like a fun little puzzler, but not my cup. Like if it had a little bit of faster movement, like Fury or Transistor, I'd probably been like, oh, let's go. But it was just so, like the flowing through the air looks nice, and I was like, it's fine. It's nothing I would go out of my way for, but I could see some people going out of the way for, but not me.
So this is the end of the current 2022 and 2023 run for Xbox, Bethesda, Game Pass, the whole thing. That being said, I can guarantee you that there's more games than this coming to these.
Oh, hell yeah! They keep like, what's coming out tomorrow, Quincy?
Oh yeah, TMNT, the Shredder's Revenge. That nice remaster of the old arcade game. I'm gonna get some fucking TNT in.
Yeah, and you get to play a Shredder. Or Splinter. My brain's popped.
What's your favorite turtle?
Okay. I was always a fan of Raphael. Okay. But that was before he turned into like the angsty teen who was always angry at Leonardo.
Okay. Mikey.
Mikey. Yeah. You like the pizza.
I like the funny guy.
We're already an hour in.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up too.
And we've been looking at this one image for that long. But I just wanted to add more about Flintlock. Not going to do that. Devolver.
I would have liked to have seen some gameplay for this.
A lot of missed.
Like there's like 2 seconds of gameplay.
A couple seconds of gameplay for their games of Cult of Lamb comes out August 11th. Angerfoot, which is kind of first person Hotline Miami.
That actually kind of looks cool.
That does look cool. The old Renaissance card playing game where you have to cheat to win.
Yeah, it's called Card Shark. That actually kind of looked interesting.
It looked interesting, but I don't.
But again, like very little gameplay throughout all these. I think this was the one that showed us the most gameplay, right?
Yeah,
that one.
This one here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am very interested in it. Let me get the name of it. I think it's
something Squire.
Yeah. The there it is.
Plucky.
The Plucky Squire.
Yeah.
And when at first I was watching it, I watched the entire Devolver Direct. I showed Quincy only a couple snippets, but watching this start to finish, the Plucky Squire got my attention because I was like, oh, it's just a top-down isometric, it looks like Zelda with a little bit of like restriction, or like the NES version where you had to walk to the end of the screen and it goes. And then he popped out of the fucking page and I was like,
it went 3D, and the 3D models look Very good.
Very bubbly. Cult of Lamb does look fun. Plucky Squire looks fun. You know, they all look good. Angerfoot, good.
Angerfoot might actually be fun.
Yeah, and then the one that I feel the least of, but at the same time am very enthralled by its art style, Skate Story, which gives a feel of early skate video while you're skating through hell. So,
well, the underworld.
The underworld. And
as a demon who's made up of glass and pain.
Yeah, and the only thing you can do is skate. Yeah.
I didn't catch that the first time when they said it in the trailer. I didn't catch it.
Okay.
And I caught it just now.
Okay.
Glass and pain. Fucking stupid.
But of course, they are very overdramatic through their presentation. Everyone wants to talk very loudly, and
they have their fun.
They have their fun. Oh, this
is the same company that had a woman fucking wear a shit ton of things that explode to make you look like you're being shot live on stage.
Yeah, and had like a capsule on the inlay of her ear, so her ears were bleeding. Like everyone over there is batshit insane, but we love them. Don't ever change. I brought up just a nice still of Starfield, and yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be a pirate, Quincey.
It looks so good.
I'm gonna be a pirate, Quincey.
There's two problems I'm having.
Oh.
One, there's only 4 major cities across the 1,000+ planets.
I'm sure they're gonna add.
So I'm hoping that they do. 2, I'd love to be a pirate with you. It sucks that there's not a 2-player to this.
And they're going to attack pirates, but I'm like, no. I want to be I want a bounty hunter to stop me mid-flight, have some sort of negotiation where, hey, we need you to turn yourself in. We don't like you doing these things in this area. And I'll be like, so I'm gonna give you 5 seconds.
It looks like it's gonna be good.
Oh yes, very excited. Boop. The Last Faith. When I showed you this trailer, you didn't seem impressed. I love Gothic.
I will say that this was more impressing to me. This is more of an impressive game to me than anything I've seen in a long time from the Metroidvania style.
Okay.
But it's always been a style that I struggled with playing. I enjoy to look at it. It's fun and whatnot, but I don't do well with it, so I don't go out of my way to get them.
Okay. I can commit that, but The Last Faith definitely feels like a classic Castlevania game with a little bit of a deeper, darker Gothic flair. I'm excited for it, and that jumping through the window scene was always
Would
good.
totally rip them to shreds.
Would probably totally rip them to shreds. Well, what was it? Not Mythbusters, but something that ran alongside Mythbusters to kind of catch the bullshit. If you hit it with your elbows and don't curl in and you just lean forward, you can apparently just mess up your elbows and manage not to break anything else because everything below that.
Or considering he's got guns, he could shoot the window out before he gets to it.
Or that. Never Ending?
Cult of Lamb looks fun. What is that? Never Ending. Saw the title card. I think it must have been something on the... Oh, never mind.
Oh, fair enough. SCP Secret Files. I'm a huge fan of going down the SCP wiki from time to time, and having a game dedicated about them
might be fun.
It'd be fun, but there's a toaster that can tell your future by toasting it on bread.
Amityville toaster.
Yeah,
it's spooky toast.
It.
Yum yum yum.
Yum.
Human hand.
I loved Ill Will
Press.
Ill Will Press.
Foamy the Squirrel.
Yes, and Pilsy. Yeah.
5 minutes.
But
the SCP thing looks interesting.
Yeah.
I'm a little iffy on the quality of it.
It did look a little...
Especially considering this isn't Unreal.
Yeah, I mean, a few of the lights and shades, but when you push over a thing and all of a sudden a thunder strikes, I'm like, It feels very phoned in.
Okay.
So I'm just curious on what SCPs are going to run into you. Because the story is already very low. Get into this compound, get a black box. Now, there is a SCP that is a black box that every time you look into it, there is something new. I don't know much about it because...
Oh, God, it's sweet and low.
Yeah, I know, right? And then when you open it again, whole sugar, and you reach your hand in, it is supposed to be something that is not right about it. There's also... They wrote an SCP about a monkey paw that every time it grants a wish, it actually puts a finger away, but it takes away years off your life.
Oh, it sounds like monkey paw stuff.
If it's a full hand, you begin wishing anew, and that finger's being closing, and doing the whole take away but give some.
I think we started playing something random.
Yeah, I know that was the
okay.
That was the last little tidbit of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Blood and Zombies. I never started this trailer, but
it's another Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead, but with
turrets
and defense. The gunplay looks good, but that's it. That's all I can say about it.
You know, it kind of feels like old House of the Dead almost.
A little bit. Boop. The Lord of the Rings, Return to Moria. So, I love dwarves. Dwarves are in my top 10. Can't throw them anywhere right now. But to play as a dwarf in a game right now, Deep Rock Galactic, fun game, play as a dwarf, space dwarf. To play as an old dwarf, sounds like an idea. Spring 2023, you get to do things in the Lord of the Ring world.
Drink grog, hold money.
Yeah.
Hoard money,
yeah. And craft. The best thing you can do is make yourself a set of armor.
This one looks kind of cool.
This one looks cool. Neon Blade, where you can literally take a metal detector to find money. You can take any weapon that you're not wanting and sell it in a store front. You can decorate your store. So it's got a lot of different elements from a lot of different games. And it's bullet hell. It's Enter the Gungeon with a shopkeep simulator with a few slice of life things. I don't know, man. It's very weird, very wonky, but in a good way. Boop. So here was a little bit of the aftermath for Shadows of Rose, the DLC for Resident Evil Village. And it's very centered around Rose, 100% centered around her, and she is considered to be creepy by her peers, or so we think. It could just all be in her head. The Duke plays a part in it as an antagonist. It's very odd. But, I mean, it's more gameplay. Can't be mad at it. Glad to see it. Sad. You know what? I'm actually very sad that we did not get... and the option of a clone possibly being a thing. But I'm kind of mad we didn't get Devil May Cry.
Yeah. I feel like the graphics on this aren't nearly as good as Resident Evil 7 was itself.
No. It feels very concept-y, but then again, I think this is because they also want to consider this a Mercenaries tie-in. So that might be the other reason. They didn't put a 1,000% in it. They just put their normal 100%.
Interesting.
But human ITZ. Have fun with that. It is very Project Zomboid with a little bit of like up-rendered textures. They tried to make the music be the front runner for this trailer. Nothing looked too like exciting. Yeah, I don't. Human Knights.
It's supposed to be playing humanity.
I guess.
Humanizy.
Oh, well, the way that it. See, if the Z was capitalized, I probably would have had a better time with that.
Oh, yeah. The whole fucking word's capitalized there. So.
Yeah, like nothing made it work, but it just looked like Project Zombie. Yeah, it looked a little survivalish, which I'm okay with, but I already have it with Project Zomboid. I wanted to see more, you know? I don't know. Deadly Premonition 2. So this trailer started off a little weird, but in a sweary kind of way, because Swery is an interesting fellow. It starts off with him and his classic puppet staring at a computer screen, copy pasting. I will grab the exact quote because I don't recall it. All work and no DP2 Steam port makes Swery a dull boy.
So is this the first one? Is the one where like it's very Twin Peaks? You go into the town to investigate.
Yes.
So finally, that game is real because gas price has hit that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Shit. But I loved Deadly Premonition 1. It is a strange game. There is no way of putting it. It is an action shooter meets a murder mystery meets Twin Peaks style craziness
meets railroad gas prices.
Which, yeah, oh my god. If you want, ooh, that was my bad. If you want to play that game, you're going to have to do a lot of side stuff in order to pay for that goddamn gas. Or just steal cars, because you can apparently do that in the PC port of Deadly Premonition 1.
Interesting.
Yeah. Boop. This was just in case I had forgotten about it, but I didn't. Boop. System Shock. Oh my god.
Finally got a full trailer from Night Dive.
And it looks fucking good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's very light meets the high contrast darkness, and the corridors look very thin, and it looks claustrophobic is the best way of putting it. And of course,
you're on a spaceship type thing.
You're on a spaceship kind of thing, and like with the brights come the brights, dark come the darks. I love it. Shodan's voice creeping in sounds good. New enemies. The scanners look good. I'm excited. It's just, was there a release date? I don't think there's a release date.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Nope, no release date. Dang shame. Soon. Does it? No, it doesn't have it. Oh well. Exoprimal was also a part of the Capcom show. And
still not looking great to me.
Yeah, it's so you know what I said when I first saw the intro part to this? EDF.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, but with dinosaurs.
And classes. Well, better classes, because EDF 2043 had the tank, the soldier, the grunt, and the sniper, but that's neither here nor there. It's fine. Got more review from Street Fighter 6. Hooray. Got Guile in there. Hooray. It is kind of hinting that there's going to be a create-your-own character with the movesets of the already existing characters, but I don't know how true that is. It would be interesting if I can create someone that I would want to have, like, Guile's moveset.
Yeah, I think that would be the right way to go with based on how the game's looking currently. If that's not what it is, I feel like it's going to be a really weird feeling game.
Yeah. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak is the new expansion, and they put it in big bold letters saying that this is a big expansion. And to really emphasize that this is a big expansion, if you already own Monster Hunter Rise, you can download the demo for the expansion, which is all legit.
I don't want it. No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to take a quick peek, it gives you, I believe, one hunt, all of the new skill things that you can switch around with, the new writing system that's in the new map. It's pretty nice as far as I've never heard of an expansion giving you a demo to check it out before you hop into it fully.
Yeah, it's actually a very interesting take on it.
And I mean, it came with a lot of different things. So good job, Capcom. That's actually pretty cool. It showed a lot of the hunts that you would be able to get into, and the Lament Nargacuga is one of the old vials that used to be against me as a younger. I like River City Ransom. I would go as far to say if I could find a good copy of it that ran well, I would be more inclined to climb into it. But this is a pretty fair game mixture. Feudal China and Three Kingdoms mixed in with River City Ransom.
Every time I hear the word ransom now, I just think of Knives Out. Who the fuck names their kid Ransom?
I don't know.
That was so weird.
I mean, there's a lot of weird movies nowadays. I'm excited for it, but not. I mean, if it came out and I noticed it, I'd be like, cool. But I don't think I would go out of my way for it per se. We'll talk price tag. We'll talk price tag. Coral Island.
You had a great way of describing this.
Stardew Valley with environmental friendly.
Yeah.
There was another one that I had in there, but I don't recall.
That's me.
That's you. But it is very Stardew Valley. You talk to your friends, you clean up the ocean, and you farm. You know, it does. Yeah, even Saki in chat right now. Hi, babe. And hi, Sean. Forgot to say hi to you. Yeah, she would definitely be down for this one. This one does look very good.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of things that look cute.
I wasn't digging this.
No, I wasn't digging it either, but...
And not because I'm put off by the gore and violence. It just didn't look all that great.
Yeah. I will say it would satiate the thirst that I have for a Devil May Cry game right now, because it does look like a hack and slasher. The only downside is I don't know, it looks very...
I find it crazy how much you like Devil May Cry, but you hate every other hack and slash.
No, I don't hate... Wait, hold on.
You weren't a fan of God of War.
I like God of War. I didn't like 3.
Okay.
But I would, if I could play the new one, I would.
Okay.
Well, now I can. It's on PC, but I digress.
It's taking me back to the meme I gotta tell you about later. That's taking me back to the meme I gotta tell you about later.
I mean, I really love the dad jokes with the voice actor.
You weren't into Batman, which is hack and slash without the hacking and slashing. It's punching and kicking instead of hacking and slashing. Now, hold on.
There are some cases where I would be okay with it. If it's the same issue you had with Flintlock. It had no weight behind it. Like, if I'm punching you...
I don't get that from the Batman ones.
It just felt that... Well, then again, it was just Arkham Asylum, which it made me feel that way. Arkham City may have been better because everything was better in City, from what I was told.
City was really good.
But I never played City.
They were all good. Just Night had its issues.
And speaking of which, there was gameplay before the... And sure, there was another little tidbit for Deadshot.
Deadshot's in Batman. I don't know what you're talking about, though.
Red Hood.
Red Hood is also in Batman.
Yeah, but he's the one that's the playable character, right?
You get Red Hood as a playable character in like the weird, there's like a side story thing and the weird online thing they tried to do. And
he's one of the 4 characters, though. Yeah, in Gotham Knights.
Oh, in Gotham Knights, yeah, he's in Gotham Knights.
Okay, I'm sorry,
you went everywhere.
I went everywhere with that one, but they showed a little bit more of Red Hood taking down a vehicle. And a lot of goons came popping out the back, and he was dispatching them. And it looked a little better to me. It looked a little better, and I'm digging the gunplay with it. Okay. It is very rinse and repeat. So it does feel like the gameplay could get a little stale very quickly, but
I see. I don't get that though when it comes to any of these games, because I feel like that's exactly what Devil May Cry is going to be. That's exactly what...
Devil May Cry, you get a lot of added weapons. You get to change up your style. God of War, you get to change up your style.
But it's all the same thing in the end.
Yes.
It's literally just kill a horde, move on. Kill a horde, move on.
Kill a boss.
Or kill a boss.
Yes, I get you.
And yes, the bosses have hit them in the special spot and whatnot. So I'm just saying, they all do it. That's what video games are. So I don't understand why some games are bad for doing the same thing that other games are doing. And that's what it's always confused me.
Right. I will agree. Yes. I guess there are just some that just hit that note a little different, I guess. I don't...
They have to be Japanese for you. I think that's what it is. Sure. I'm not even trying to be an ass or anything. I think that might be what it is. I think that's the thing that sells it for you.
Perhaps. This one, however, does
This is
not.
weird.
I mean, if it comes out free for Game Pass, maybe. I don't know. Something we're kind of excited about.
Oh, I'm very excited.
I mean, okay, then yeah, we're very excited. It's just I would want to learn the rules before doing anything. What we're talking about is Marvel Midnight Suns. The thing that got pushed back a little bit and you got severely disappointed, but you seem to be still good with it.
I've actually seen the full gameplay that they let testers do or like YouTubers do and whatnot, which is a good chunk of gameplay. And it looks really good. It flows pretty well. They put some real thought into it. I think this has taken two different types of gaming and put them together in a way that works very well, and then coded it in Marvel, which just like, oh, to me. So it's turn-based. Mm-hmm. It's very much in the concept of, what's the alien one? XCOM.
Oh, okay.
And stuff like that, and the fact of like where you are matters and whatnot. But then it's also playing card type of things, like trading card type of things.
Tactics with poker.
Well, not poker. Like you have like the card, like Magic or things like that. You know, like the deck. But it also takes some thought process in the tactics. So like you can do a move that will launch an enemy. So when you're positioning, if you position it just right, you can hit them to where they will hit the guy behind them.
Okay.
And shit like that.
Right.
It's really interestingly thought.
Okay.
And then you've got the really cool concept on the costumes because you're doing like the magical version of everyone. And you've got this person. This whole trailer has Master of Puppets playing from Metallica. Because you got this person here who's going through and controlling
very Diablo
other individuals, and you get to see this trailer starts with them going after Venom, and then leads to us seeing what happens once they've caught Venom and made Venom theirs.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch seems to have already gotten.
And they have a Hulk. I think it's going to be fun. It looks cool. Plus, I mean, Blade is getting the game again. That's fucking awesome.
Blade.
Doing some Ghost Rider, Scarlet Witch. I do believe the one in the middle might be that new character that was made for the game, but I could be wrong. You got Tony, you got Spidey, and you got Wolverine. I mean, it's a pretty good cast that they picked.
Yeah, and then I believe there was an announcement for a pre-order thing.
Oh, it's a costume. Oh, for Doctor Strange. But yeah, you also get Doctor Strange.
Yeah. And then a little bit of a nice little teaser at the end featuring the webhead.
So I did look at all the versions of this game that are on sale. It ranges from like 60 all the way up to 100. Mm-hmm. All of them seem to be cosmetic.
Okay. So if
there is a season pass that is mentioned, but you can buy the season pass outside.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Okay.
So it's one of those things of like, I don't know that I'm going to buy the $100 version of this game. I'll probably buy the regular and buy the season pass. I don't need the costumes that bad.
Okay. Fair enough. That is all the gaming we are willing to talk about. We have talked about this for almost an hour and a half, and I think we're good on that. There is maybe another 60-odd trailers that we didn't even touch.
If not more.
If not more. Go and check it out. All the gaming corporations have their own, and if you're wanting a compiled list, I will say thank you, IGN, for making it a little easier to pull up some of these as I needed them. Just because I needed a few stills and you guys had them straight up. So thank you, IGN, for this help. But nothing. Thank you.
You said but.
But up shoe news. I don't mind BMWs. Do you mind BMWs?
I mind any car that wants to charge me 6 times the price a part should cost. But in today's world, that's kind of becoming all cars.
Do you like BMWs as far as like style?
Yeah, they're all right.
I saw one of the racers, the racing style BMWs today. Mm-hmm. That fucking thing roared.
The only race car I've ever been in, I was in a Ferrari.
A Ferraro.
It was supposed to be a Lambo, but the pump went out on it. My brother's dad rented one.
Oh.
But the oil, not the oil, the water pump went out on it. So other than that, I mean, there was when I got the Mustang that I got to rent after my car was in an accident.
That thing was nice.
And that was purely because they didn't have any other cars. And I went, you get a Mustang. I was like, fuck yeah, I get a Mustang for the price of a regular car that I'm not even paying for because it's covered by insurance. So I've never been in a BMW. So, I mean, they're okay from what I've seen. Yeah. But we got BMW Pumas.
Correct. BMW and Puma came together to celebrate their 50-year anniversary. Yeah. And they look like just an M something or other. That's just the M branding, I guess. So it's just their 50-year anniversary of the M series. and it looks like a black tennis shoe. Like it doesn't really add a lot. It's very simplistic. It's still a nice shoe, but it doesn't add a lot aside from like the back pole that has the 50.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
Was it?
Reminds me of when Joey's getting all the attention in Friends because he's got the Porsche.
Oh yeah, and
then
then it's not his.
Yeah, so the guy takes the Porsche. So what he does is he goes out and he buys all the Porsche gear. That's what this makes me think of.
Yeah.
Can't drive the Beamer, but I'll wear all the gear.
Yeah, right. BMW logo on the tongue. You know, it's a fair shoe, but it's very simplistic. And that's all the shoe news I had. Boop. So remember when you said, or I said, that we're gonna laugh at some Netflix? It sounds like it's gonna have good voice acting, but it worries me on how it's gonna be, considering Sonic Boom was as big as it was. What I'm talking about is Sonic Prime, which kinda doesn't look good to me. Like, Sonic Boom looks good to me because the characters themselves are a little bubbly. They're a little out there on their own. They don't need to do fast movements and try and get your attention this way.
But I mean, what does a Sonic show if he doesn't run fast?
I don't think gotta go fast will work in court. When he gets a parking or a speeding ticket.
Did you hear about the Pac-Man thing?
That's it. No.
Namco can no longer use Miss Pac-Man because some bullshit company got the rights and now wants to charge them. So they've introduced a new version of Miss Pac-Man that goes by a different name and looks different.
I did not hear this at all.
It's fucking wild. So Miss Pac-Man will no longer be wearing her red boots and her red tie. She now looks very different with pink boots, the pink tie, and goes by a different name.
Wow.
They even kind of made the face a little different.
Wow.
Because otherwise, every time they use it, Namco would have to pay this company.
And they don't want to do that. No.
I don't blame them. Last two things. Or last one thing.
Last one thing. War Machine.
This is the new Hot Toys figure.
So fucking good. I have never seen a articulate toy that is fully articulated, that has you can see the joints, but I've never seen one look so good that you can pose any which way, and the seams for where the articulation are just hidden. They look so fucking clean.
Now, technically, I'm not trying to be an ass. I don't think it's fully articulated because you have to switch out the hands. So I think that breaks the meaning of when they say fully. Like, I don't know what the ruling is on, like, when it comes to toy collectors.
Oh, I mean,
you know?
Articulation. I mean, there are interchangeable hands for articulation toys. It's just the fully bend at every normal.
Yeah, but I thought they had the moving fingers too.
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, because this one comes with different hands, so you can do different poses.
Right. I mean, the one. I'm sure there's probably also one that does the open and close, but I mean, this is considered to be an articulate one, and I love the design of it. Holy crap! Who'd you say made this?
This is Hot Toys. This is part of their new Origins collection.
And god damn, I wonder what's gonna be next. Are we gonna get Iron Man, or are we gonna get someone else?
Yeah, I think they've already released a few. He may be in the previous release set. I'm not entirely sure. I guess the one gaming thing we didn't say was, since you're watching us here on Prime, if you go to your Prime Gaming Loot, there is an outfit for Dead by
Daylight.
Yeah.
So Iron Man seems to have been the first one.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
Got some good poses there.
Yeah. And then Wolverine, maybe?
Well, I mean, they've probably done that. Okay, that's the X-Men Origin movie, Wolverine. So that's not part of the new Origins set.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get some more as time goes on. I'm very curious to see what they'll do next. Boop. That's all we got for this week.
Yeah, that's everything.
A lot of fucking gaming and even more. Holy shit. Remember to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a frenemy. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Just remember to love one another. That shit's hard to do. Follow our socials down in the description. And just have a really good night.
A great night, everyone.